Hi, my name is Meg Johnson and welcome to today's video, Awesome Person video, where we identify people who are awesome and what makes them that way. And so I just wanted to tell you about this super awesome person. By the way, if you like this video, go ahead and share it with all the awesome people that you know. So this awesome person I met after something pretty kind of traumatic happened. So I'm a speaker and I was on my way to Heber Valley Girls Camp up in Heber. But first you go to the city of Heber and then you like climb up the mountain really far. And so I was traveling that way to go give a speech there. And I'm at the I'm just outside of Salt Lake City. I haven't even made it to the canyon yet, not even the first canyon. I'm really far away from Heber is what I'm trying to say. And so my car, I'm driving on the freeway and this semi is going really slow. So I go in the left lane to pass him and I'm trying to pass this semi with my car and all of a sudden I'm not accelerating at all. I'm de-accelerating, I'm going slower and I'm just going slower and slower and slower. And all of a sudden my gas pedal's not working at all. I'm on this freeway and it's construction. It's a 2-lane road with all these barricades and stuff. And we're going into the canyon, and so we're not in the city anymore. I was like, oh my gosh, So I kind of coast backwards and get back over in the right lane, and I'm just coasting and coasting behind this semi when I'm getting further and further behind the semi. But I'm like, oh my gosh, and so I see up ahead there's an exit. It just kind of goes off into I don't even know what it was. It wasn't an exit into anything. It just was an exit out of the road. And so I took it. So I just exited right out of the road, and my car just landed, and there was shade up ahead because it was really hot. It was in the summer. This was last summer. There was some shade up ahead, and I was like, "Go car, go! Go car, go!" I'm trying to get in the shade, but it's just coast, and it's short of the shade by I don't know, 30 feet or something. And I was like, "Oh darn it!" And then I was like, "Uh-oh," because I'm looking at my hood, and all of a sudden all this smoke is escaping from the hood of my car, and I was like, "Oh my gosh!" I was like, "I should call my husband." No, I should call 911. And so I call 911, and I was like, so my car is kind of on fire and I'm in it and I'm here, and I described my location and everything, and the 911 person is like, is there anyone stuck in the car? I was like, I kind of am. And so she's like, oh my gosh, can you get to a safe distance? And I was like, okay. And so I think I was already trying to get into the car while I was talking to her. So I have my remote control and it's getting my wheelchair, with the crane up out of the back and around. My crane does not understand the significance of this, circumstance, the rush. It's still going the slow crane speed. And so finally my wheelchair's next to me and 911's on speakerphone. I'm trying to get out of the car and I'm and she's like, are you a safe distance from the car? And I'm reaching for my lipstick that's in the cup holder. I'm almost gone. The car's on fire. And it's like, oh my gosh. And so I wasn't able to reach my lipstick, but I got out of the car, and actually it was kind of a tender mercy that I wasn't able to get to the shade with my car, because I personally was able to travel the last 30 feet up to the shade, and I was able to sit in the nice, comfortable, cool shade and watch my car burn. And wait for the ambulance to come and the fire truck and stuff, which they did. So the fire truck came and the incident management truck came, and there were 2 police cars that came, and they were tending to my car and whatever. And then I started to worry. I was like, oh my gosh, it is the worst when your speaker doesn't arrive. And I was like, I have got to get to Heber Valley Girls Camp, because I'm not just giving 1 speech, I'm giving 2. So I have 2 speeches that I need to give this night, and they're just back to back. I'm going to do 1 stake of girls, 1 group of girls, and then I've got to travel over and do another stake of girls in another part of the camp, and I was like, oh my gosh. And it's not like they're close together, they're far apart, but so I've got the policeman working on my car, the fireman working on my car, and there's this one policeman, and I just look at him and I'm like, listen, I'm a speaker and I've got to speak at the Heber Valley Girls Camp in this such and such a time, and I've already been here for 30 minutes. I'm going to be late no matter when I get there, but I don't have a way there. Can you take me to my talk? And this police officer's like, absolutely, come along. And he, takes me to his car, and he picks me up and he puts me in his car, and then he disassembles my wheelchair and he puts that in the car, and then he just drives me there. Vroom. And it, kind of makes you, maybe it doesn't sound like that policeman's kind of the awesome person to drive me to my speech. But there's a couple things that I didn't share. One is that the first policeman I asked said no. Like, he couldn't take me to my speech. And so they didn't have to take me to my speech. And the second policeman, he's like, yep, I will. And so he put me in his car and drove me there. And the second thing is that it was like almost an hour away from where I was. So it's not like it was close. This policeman had to drive super far to drop me off at this girls' camp, and I was a good half hour late to this speech. And when we got there, I could see all the girls, ready for their speaker. There was the empty microphone in the front of the stand, or in front of this little stage area that they had all set up. And the girls were singing songs, keeping themselves occupied and stuff, and the leaders were probably freaking out, like, where's our speaker? And this big police car, like, vroom, up there to the top, and he gets me out, and puts me in my wheelchair, and then he has to go because, like, he's got almost an hour drive back to where my car is, and then I think he came from Salt Lake, so it's not like he was close to where he even was working. So I just thought he was so awesome for doing that for me, like, to take that time out of his day and to do something above and beyond. Kind of we expect certain people with certain occupations, like policemen and firemen and teachers, we kind of expect them to go above and beyond to serve us and to serve the people that, that are their quote unquote like customers, but they don't have to. They don't have to do that. Like, their job description and their job duties serve us enough. Like, they don't have to go above and beyond and do those above and beyond things that, like, drive girls way far out of their way to make it to their speech on time. They don't have to. They don't have to do a good job at their duty and their service that they're already performing. So that's what makes this cop an awesome person. And that's why he's made this video today, because he goes above and beyond, like totally above and beyond. Just to kind of fill in the gaps of the story. So from that speech, somebody put me like in a minivan and my wheelchair and everything and drove me to my next speech. And then I gave that speech just fine. They didn't even know. I think I was a little late for that. I was a little late for that speech too, because I didn't want to short the first speech. And so the second speech I was a little late too, but I drove up in this minivan and they didn't see the cop car and they didn't hear the story about my car, being in the canyon, the very mouth of the canyon. And so after that speech, I was like, well, is anybody going down the canyon right now? And there was, a couple of members of the state presidency, just some men and their wives who were driving back down the canyon. I was like, can I get a ride with you? And my husband met me at the bottom of the canyon and took me home. So that is, and they were above and beyond too to let me come and hitch a ride with them in their car. So that's our awesome person video for today. Thank you so much for joining me. I love making these videos, and I'd love it if you would come and find me on my website, megjohnsonspeaks.com. Follow me on Facebook or Instagram. Those links are in the description below. Subscribe to this YouTube channel if you're not already. And until next time, you and me will just keep on rolling, okay?